let's talk one of the stories for today. We're kind of Elon Musk pilled today. He's been in the news too much. Let's go to the patented whiteboard cam and talk about today's story. Tesla sales were announced today for 2024, and it is the first time in the history of the company where they've had a year-over-year decline. What? A year-over-year decline? Literally non-stop growth, massive spike over COVID, and then 23 was the peak, around 1.8 million, let's say 1.8. Tesla sold that year, and now the numbers have come in for 2024 despite every effort. I mean, if you were in the market for a Tesla this year, you may have noticed they did insane deals. They did discounts. They cut the price. They moved heaven and earth to try and keep this growth number up, and it did not work. And now it's at 1.78. Not a material decline, but the first time they've ever slowed down year over year. In the first 9 months of the year, they were just straight up materially down in the USA, in the EU, and in China. Triple threat. They only grew outside of those three areas. Those are the big areas that buy electric cars, so that's pretty Now, why is this a bad sign? Again, people might say, and this is a pretty standard response, okay, it's a tiny decline. Who cares? I totally get that. Why do we need constant growth? I totally understand that. Well, if you sell a lot of cars, it's a good business, right? Here's the problem. Tesla is currently, what's the stock price of Tesla right now? Does anyone know? It's $1. 3 gazillion. It's $379. It's funny how chat operates like a machine learning algorithm. The first wave of answers is always stupid as hell. They just throw stupid shit at the wall, and then it gets closer and closer to the solution, and then once it gets the answer, you get a wall of it. Anyway, so 379. So at this dollar value of the stock, that means the company's valued, what, 1.2 trillion, something like that? $1.2 trillion. Okay, that's the value of Tesla today. Now, baked into that value is expectations of a lot of growth. And the way you measure that, generally, is called the PE ratio, the price to earnings ratio, measuring the price of the company, how much you're paying to get a piece of it, to how much it makes, which is basically its sales. Price to earnings ratio, okay? A standard company, S&P 500, the PE ratio is like 16 or 17. That's standard. But if a company's really growing, if it's growing fast, generally the market will give it a higher ratio. They're willing to tolerate paying more for what they make right now because they know it's going to grow. And we're in crazy frothy times right now. So even in like this crazy overstretched market, people are not caring about valuation at all. A big ticket is about between 20 and 30. Tesla is like 114. The valuation is so out of whack. It's so insane compared to what it makes, what it actually makes in money, what it actually makes from selling cars. It's tiny, it's minuscule compared to the 1.4 trillion. It's way more value to its sales. The only way this makes sense is if they have massive growth, which is what they've been promising. So I went back and I found an Elon Musk quote during an earnings call from 2022 when that graph looked good. The company repeated a previous forecast that expected sales to grow 50% a year on average for the next few years. So in 2022, they said they were gonna grow 50% a year for the next few years. Mr. Musk said they would go comfortably above that figure in 2022. So let's go back. Did they grow 50% next few years? No, they didn't. They're already shrinking. So even with his crazy expectations, it was overvalued. But now that it's not growing, it's becoming more and more obvious that like this entire company's valuation, again, they sell real cars. That's not the problem. If they were valued like the way Toyota is valued, they'd be worth, a few $1 billion as a company. It'd be fine. But when you're worth 1.2 trillion, they have to dominate AI and put a robot in every home soon. And it's becoming obvious they're not going to do that. I mean, Elon Musk just day ago is talking about how in 2 years they're going to be on Mars. The Martians will decide how they're ruled. Uncrewed starships will land on Mars in 2 years. He always did the squiggly line so he can like get out of it. It's always this, it's never 2 years. Well, he's been saying 2 years on self-driving for 12 years. Just from a financial PV, I want you to understand that it's not, I think Elon Musk is a bit of a dipshit, a bit of a dillweed. You understand? I'm not a fan of how he conducts himself, but that is not why I am negative on Tesla's valuation. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I love Jeff Bezos, but Amazon, I think, is a growing company. This is just absurd. There's so much hopium in this valuation. There's an absurd amount of hopium. for things that have like no measurable, I mean, unless Adrian Dittmann is right and Tesla is achieving in 20 years what Boston Dynamics did in 1, then, you know, realistically, they're not some massive advantage in robotics. And with AI, it's funny because a lot of the AI work Elon Musk is doing is through Twitter, which is a different company. People are valuing like the idea of it. Tesla doesn't have a lot of AI projects compared to Grok stuff is with Twitter. It's not even with Tesla. So anyway, I just think it's stupid. That's my summation. I think it's stupid. And I think this release today that they have shrunken car sales is a pretty damning sign. It's a pretty damning sign for the valuation of Tesla. Who knows where it'll go? I mean, we're in a insane market. No one knows. Fart coin is still high, by the way. Not only is fart coin still good, but butthole coin is rising up after it because every fart needs a butthole, is what I heard on social media. So I'm not going to ever make a prediction. I just want you to know that in a longer period of time, this has to math out eventually. Why do investors continue to believe what Elon says? Well, it's funny. So I don't think I ever made a video about it. We talked about this. Through most of last year, until election season, investors stopped believing him. For the first time ever in 2024, he was saying all sorts of shit and investors were like, nah. And the stock kept dropping. Again, for the first half of 2024, you know, the S&P 500 is 500 stocks. The 500th, the worst performing stock of all 500 was Tesla. It did terribly. Everybody was just playing to their bad numbers. And then the election happened and the Hopium came in. And the fact that he's possibly going to use his regulatory power to enrich his company or, you know, throw up tariffs on competitors, enshrine into law things that make it hard for competitors to start their own EV firm, whatever. Use the regulatory power of the government to help his business. That is the business case. Plus there's the general we love Elon that all surged. And all that led to a massive spike in Tesla at the end of the year. It remains to be seen if that can hold, that kind of level of Hopium can hold. But mid last year, it was looking like nobody believed him anymore. Yeah, like people are taking corruption into account. Yeah, exactly. Which is smart. As an investor, like if you were a person that was like, hey, I think Trump is going to win and I think Elon Musk is going to benefit from that, I'm going to invest in Tesla. That's a smart call. It's not good for our functioning society that it's like, oh, this guy attached himself to a political candidate, this billionaire, and now he's going to get benefits. But that's a smart call. What I'm pointing out is that, like, I think if you made that call, you should probably take your money. You know, you might be pushing it. Once it gets to 1.2 trillion, it's like, well, this doesn't make any sense. Did you see Connor got Adrian Dittmann for Fortnite Friday? There's absolutely no way that happened. No way. No way. That's crazy. Connor Eats Pants got Elon Musk's alt. Who's Adrian Dittmann? To anyone with a functioning brain, this is Elon Musk. That's insane. This is, how does he do it? How does Connor Eats Pants do it? Do you know who's quaking in their boots? Lex Friedman. Lex Friedman knows that his blank, talentless interview style is going to be crushed in the marketplace of ideas by Connor Eats Pants once he gets access to all the big guests. He's the white Lex Friedman. Do you think it's actually Elon? Yes, I do think it's actually Elon. And I'll tell you why. First of all, Adrian Dittmann has spoken on Spaces. Can we just have a clip of that? I want people to listen to a clip of him talking. Right here, right here.
Her primary focus is basically not just a problem with the product.
That's Elon Musk! Just listen!
But it seems to be a problem with Elon and anything Elon like, given that I was literally the first thing she posted about.
Okay, also he slipped up there and said I. Okay, so that's one. All right, that's one data point. Is he said I when talking about Elon Musk. He sounds just like him. But there's more. How about the fact that he has an account, Adrian Dittmann, that's posted on 4chan for a while. Okay, this is Adrian Dittmann's post on 4chan where he talks about Twitter and defends himself, okay? Now, in that post, he posts a screenshot. In that screenshot, he has admin privileges. Go check your Twitter right now. You don't have this. You can only see this if you have admin privileges. Then you ask Elon Musk's daughter. Adrian Dittmann is this weird alt account he allegedly uses so I don't get sued on Twitter. It has the same voice, accent, mannerisms, way of speaking, viewpoints. Personally, I entirely believe it's him. I don't think it's particularly subtle. Elon Musk's daughter thinks it's him. There's many slip-ups. It sounds exactly like him. Like 95% someone fitted the voice analysis. And okay, maybe there's like a, you know, a 0.5% chance it's a different person that sounds exactly the same. But what are the odds that that person also comments on all of Elon's posts calling him a good father for years? That is such a massive Elon Musk glazer and has the exact same sense of humor and jokes and talking points. And so either it's a clone or it's him on his alt, more realistically. Okay, let's just be real. I don't think it's a conspiracy theory. It's just, it's ridiculous to be like, you're at to bend over backwards so far to give him the benefit of the doubt here, which makes it all the crazier that he's gonna go on Fortnite Friday. Yeah, like he tweets shit like this. This is before any, you know, people started revealing this account. And just endless Tesla glaze, endless Elon glaze, and it just happens to have the, you know what I'm saying? By the way, this is posted on a relatively small account at the time. Instantly responded by Elon Musk. Who goes, yeah, we are pretty great. Is he just searching the word Tesla and finding every single place? It's, do you know what I'm saying? This only got 2.3K likes. It's just interesting, is what I will say. Adrian Dittmann. And now he's going to be on Fortnite Friday, which is crazy. This is another Adrian Dittmann post. This was debunked, dipshit. Elon only used very small doses in a medically regulated environment. To people defaming, I hope you're enjoying yourself. Our laws are going to change soon. Cybercrime will finally be properly enforced in this nation. You're a maggot, and Elon has done more in his 20s than you'll ever do in your entire pathetic life. Go take some painkillers and go back to the trailer with your alcoholic sister. He also said Elon Musk is a father who has lots of sex. It's less embarrassing for this Adrian Dittmann to beat Elon Musk. The levels of glaze are unbelievable. Wait, did he say this? Oh, this is... Yeah. This is one of the saddest tweets of all time, if it's him. It's one of the saddest tweets of all time. If he got an alt account with admin privileges and typed this. I mean, it's sad if it's not him, but it's much sadder if it's him. And then they also just use the exact same jokes. Like, does anyone have the CSV file tweets? They all say the exact same things. This is funny. This is not anything about him being Elon Musk. It's just a funny tweet. The irony of my name is that it's remarkably common, yet in this context holds deep lore beyond whosoever bears it. I think it's incredibly funny that the book I wrote, one of the main characters' names is also Adrian. And I even wrote this book before you had ever joined the platform. Wow. Somebody wrote a book with a character named Adrian? Wow. Christ! $400 billion! You're an amazing streamer, A-Shrock. Your viewers are very lucky to have you. Wow, thank you so much. That actually means a lot. That actually means a lot. It's actually really powerful. And I'm so glad that I paid for that bot service to tell me that every hour on the hour. Wow.